Would you please look at the next page?
In this fifth grade classroom, Joe Phillips has a tough assignment. He's observing and rating the teacher as part of Tennessee's new teacher evaluation system. Phillips has been principal at John Coleman Elementary in Smyrna for 13 years, but never with the duties he has now.
This probably added about 30%, to our workload, maybe 25. It's a lot of extra work. Some things are put on the back burner. Plus here I have a little over 500 kids, say 60 employees, and no assistant, no help.
Observing teachers in action is only one step in the new evaluation process. Phillips also must compile pages of notes, send the data by computer to the Tennessee Department of Education, then meet with teachers to review and rate their work.
In a couple areas, I gave you higher scores than you gave yourself, which is a good thing.
This review of first-year teacher Crystal Coleman is also a chance for mentoring.
You can tie it a little more to the curriculum.
And I do that. If they use the vocabulary correctly, I have what's called Coleman Cash.
Okay, good.
For each teacher, Phillips must repeat the observation and review 4 to 6 times a year, taking about 3 hours of his day, several times a week.
In this file, just where I keep all the information, I'm probably maybe to here so far, so sometime, maybe by the end of the week, I'll take this stack and we enter all the information.
Phillips says it's too much for some of his colleagues. 4 principals in Rutherford County resigned at the start of this school year.
I'd say the evaluation process played a part in all 4 of their decisions. It's the biggest driving force in education right now, the evaluation system.
It's not a joyride for many principals and teachers who are complaining in droves about the amount of extra work required by what they say is a flawed evaluation process rolled out too fast by the state. Some school boards, including Rutherford counties, have sent letters of complaint to state education officials. Dr. Sarah Hayburn is Tennessee's education policy advisor.
This evaluation system represents a huge cultural change at the school level in terms of what we're asking our principals to do, what we're asking of teachers. And so, it's understandable that there's angst and that there are folks that, just say this is not what I signed up for.
The stricter evaluations are part of education reforms promised by Tennessee in receiving federal Race to the Top funds. Teachers used to be evaluated every 3 to 5 years and only by observation. Tenure could be earned after 3 years. The new evaluation process requires more frequent observations and has 3 parts, half based on classroom observation, 35% on student achievement tests under that teacher, and 15% on other factors. Teachers also must develop extensive lesson plans.
It takes so much time. A normal lesson plan would only take about 45 minutes, and when you do the expanded one, it takes even longer, up to 2 hours.
And the evaluations do not allow for teachers in subject areas that don't have standardized tests or official curricula, like pre-kindergarten.
Pre-K is voluntary. We don't have a curriculum, but you're holding me to the same standards, and you're giving my colleagues a curriculum, and you're giving them materials to work with.
But the biggest source of complaints and confusion is scoring, based on a scale of 1 to 5. Principal Phillips admits to uncertainties after being told in training that a rock-solid teacher should score a 3, then facing complaints from quality teachers who balked at not earning 4s or 5s.
So I changed some 2s to some 3s.
Because they made their case?
Well, they didn't have to make their case. I realized I had made the mistake because my scoring was really hard to start with.
Hayburn says the new evaluations are a work in progress.
We'll be doing a lot to collect input and feedback from teachers, from principals, from superintendents. It'll be really important to hear from them, throughout the year, both when it's challenging, when it's going well, and, at the end of the year to be able to take that information and make changes as needed.
Everything is either their evaluation or my evaluation.
Yes, the evaluator, Phillips, must be evaluated himself while still trying to navigate the state's new process.
I know they're wanting to make changes. I know they want to hear from principals and teachers. I know they want to do the right thing. Yes, I'd say they could have taken more time. But it's here, and we're up to here, in them right now. So I don't think they'll make any changes this year, so we'll muddle through this year.
For the Southern Education Desk, I'm LaTanya Turner, Nashville Public Television.
Support for the Southern Education Desk comes from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.